number 4 for Romantic Warrior.
And welcome to Jig Racing, thanks to Garrard's Horse and Hound. That's horseandhound.com. Check out the July sales already on the website. 1-800-GOT-JUNK, making your junk disappear without you lifting a finger. And Bianco Reinforcing, SA's largest owned and operated steel reinforcement supplier. And after a couple of weeks of just R&R in various parts of the Philippines, mate, including Koh Samui, Jig is back on deck and already on fire with the Phantom today and yesterday. So I'm sure you're refreshed, as like the rest of the crew that went with you, mate. Everyone's back in the gym.
Rocky, good to be back with you. And yeah, I'm not sure refreshed is a word. It springs to mind. But no, had a great time away. Bangkok, Koh Samui. First sort of little holiday, Rocky, for probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And such is this business of yeah, was able to wind down a little bit over the winter couple of weeks, Rocky, but still had the eye on the game. And as you mentioned, very, very lucky to have my wingman up there in Queensland, just keeping the whole system well and truly afloat, Rocky.
Exactly. Well, some of the crew that went with you, mate, and including yourself, I would have thought that not only did you pay your way over there and back again and every meal that you had, but you're still counting it at home. And I think there's a few more that probably had a bit more counting to do than you. So success all the way around, mate. Well done.
Yeah, Rocky, as we were talking about off air, we won't go into it in detail on air, but there was certainly it was a fruitful little holiday for a few punters on our trip in Koh Samui, and not only their holidays, but most of their year paid for, I'd say.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, now, speaking of the Phantom, mate, he generally finds his winners around Queensland, which makes everyone think, oh yeah, Doomben Eagle Farm, but no, he's up around Mackay, Rockhampton, where I think he failed once since he's been on board with you. And whenever you see the Phantom Mail come through, the first thing you do is check to see where the races are. And if they're in one of the country towns, you just go, you beauty. And I think he's done you a favour while you're away for a couple of weeks, mate.
Oh, he's more than done me a favour, Rocky, in a million ways, as we've spoken about on and off air before. But he takes up so much slack. He takes a hell of a lot of pressure off me. You know, I've only tipped 2 horses this week so far, and both of them have been scratched.
Yep.
So if he wasn't on board, there would have been no tips put up this week so far. And he steps in and he's had 4 tips this week, and 3 of them are won, including one at $7. So, and his only loser was a double-figured horse. So that's sort of the norm with him too, Rocky. And the punters are quickly finding that out and warming to him. I get multiple messages a day from people wanting to know who he is and how well he's doing. And long may it continue, Rocky. We're striking up a very good relationship.
Yeah, you've been fantastic, and you're right. All of my mates talk about the Phantom equally as much as they talk about you, mate. And now that they've got the double barrel happening, it's been pretty good fun for them.
No, it's been great, and as was mentioned before, I don't do any form on Queensland. I don't do any on New South Wales. Very interested in their races when they're on and their feature races and their young horses, but I'm really enjoying just sitting in the passenger seat and watching just how he comes to his conclusions of horses winning races, Rocky. I marvel at. I really do. And more often than not, when they don't win, there's a very good reason why. And he's cut from the old school piece of cloth, Rocky, but boy, oh boy, it hasn't got any better as technology's got better, Rocky.
No, exactly. All right, mate, we move on to a bit of a trial watch thanks to EAC Animal Care supporting gut and immunity with a great product called Inside Out. But before we get into your thoughts on a little bit, I've just got a couple of questions for you. One is with the new website, everybody really should start setting up their black book a whole lot more. It's so easy to navigate. You shouldn't miss any of your tips. And I think I said to you one day last week that all the boys at the footy jumped on along the river on Saturday and the last at Flemington, because I remembered you tipping it twice last time in, and it was $35 first up and got the cash. So I was king of the jungle for a little while there on Saturday night, mate.
You're always king of the jungle, Rocky, and he's an old marvel that along the river.
Yeah.
He's getting with age, and we're seeing a few of those old boys throughout the winter where they just the tougher the conditions get, the more they dig in and win races. So I'm glad those boys found him on Saturday. Good result.
Yep. And the other one is Artisan from the G Beg stable. You've been talking about it for probably a month as well, that we weren't going to miss out on that one. And what do you think of its effort first up, mate?
I thought he bumped into a nice horse, Rocky, on the debut, pockets full of cash from the Goodwin stable. And the actual three horses that filled the 1, 2, 3 there, Rocky, were all three horses that come from the jump outs that had all done really well. And for the people who follow their black bookers and wanted to multi them up, it paid about $260 for those three horses to run the trifecta. And I thought that Artisan, when he got out to about $17 or $18, was way over the odds.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to pick that race to pieces, Rocky, as a punter, you could have got a good result in many, many ways.
Yep. Well, the gang's just leaving here, mate, with armfuls of pizza. Nothing left over there for us. And one that you've picked out for, well, everybody, but particularly for our subscribers to start their black book on the brand new website is one at Echuca this Friday, mate.
Yeah, there's a little handy 2-year-old race there on Friday, Rocky, where there's a horse that caught our attention in his first preparation with the way he'd been jumping out. He's called Myro's Ruler from the McArdle stable. And he went and he failed on debut, but they tipped him out. He's come back. He's trolled up really sharply twice in preparation for this. I like that John McArdle's given Jamie Mott the marching orders to go down there and ride him first up. I think there's a bit of intent when the stable send him down to these type of tracks to get a result with the horse. And I think he's primed to win on Friday first up.
Good work, mate. So there's one for everybody to have a look at on Friday at Echuca. Now we go straight into the accountability stakes, thanks to 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Simply call 1-800-468-586. And in the bin, still there, Fonk. He's, I think he just dwells there, doesn't he, like Billy Goat Gruff under the bridge, mate. O2 good. It was a brave move by you. We got him in there. Living Legend in there. Belmont Gangster won 1 out of 4. So I would say that if you left him alone, you're in front. El Rocco has disappeared. The Ballarat Synthetic has been kicked in the arse by enough people on X and Facebook to realise it's not the track we want it to be. And you have another crack this week on a horse that it ain't the worst horse I've ever seen, mate, but you're prepared to chuck it straight into the bin, and it's called Street Artist.
Yeah, well, look, he's a handy, good little horse, this bloke, Rocky, Street Artist, but gee whiz, they back him like he's the next coming of Jesus, this little fucker. Every time he goes around, he's hard in the market, he's off the map.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, Rocky, there's no evidence to say he's that good. He's got a nice little sharp turn of foot. He went through his grades quickly, but he's gone around under $5 his last 6 starts, and I think he's won one of them. So he's a costly conveyance for those who want to jump into him each and every time he goes around. They put the blinkers on him on Saturday. Didn't work. I just think he's not as good as what everyone hoped he was going to be. He's a handy little horse, but I think reality's kicked in after a certain amount of starts that maybe he's just not that good, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's a handy little horse. But I'll be waiting for him to get back into a benchmark 62 or a 0 to 66 over 1,000 metres around Mornington, and that's when he can win again. He's not a 78 horse, not even in the off-season in Melbourne, and I think he burnt more than enough punters there on Saturday again.
Yeah, he did. Mate, before we go, it's jigracing.com, and if you jump on and have a look at the website, it is unbelievable. It's punter friendly, it's black book friendly. It'll have everything there. It's got notes from Jig. So if you don't join up while you can now, what are we charging them, Jig? $1 for 60 days, is that?
Well, that's right, Rocky. You can get on there and have a good look for a month or two without having to fork out anything. And, you know, if it's still not for you at the end of that, well, then we haven't done our job. So, pretty enticing. I don't think you can lose anything by doing it. And the next 2 months is a good little tester to do it, because it's the 2 months as we're leading into spring. There's going to be a hell of a lot of good young horses coming through the jump outs that are worth snaring first up, Rocky, and we'll be all over it.
Good stuff, and it is that easy for everybody to have a look at. If you mark something in the black book, it changes columns from the black book file to your favourites file. It is a sensational website that I'm enjoying. I just grab it at night time and have a bit of a look around and know a bit more about it. So I know you've been away for a couple of weeks, Jig, and I don't know how the take-up's been, but I know that there's a few boys down here with me that have joined in quick smart, and so they should. And it's been a pretty handy time to join in, Jig, with the winners that you and the Phantom have stuck the pin in.
No, it's been honestly, Rocky, I think it's definitely been our best winter since we've had this by a long, long way. And clearly the Phantom has got a lot to do with that. But by him coming onto the side, Rocky, it takes a hell of a lot of pressure off me on trying to do a hell of a lot where I can put a lot more focus into the step races that are in my lane. Yeah. And instead of trying to get 5 races out because we think we need 5 races up, I can now spend that same amount of time on 3 races and get better results. So it's been a domino effect, Rocky, and it's starting to pay dividends for everyone, hopefully.
Yep, too right. All right, mate, great to have you back in the land of Singapore, and every time I speak to you, mate, that return home party's getting closer and closer. Timmy, looking forward to getting you back in the ranks, I'm sure, mate.
Yeah, no, very much. It's approaching very quickly, Rocky. I'll be down there in 2 or 3 weeks just to have a scoot around and start looking for places where I'll be I'll call home, and very much looking forward to it. So it's coming around very quickly, and you're good to get boots back on the ground, Rocky, and help Timmy along. Not on the training side. I'm no good at that, but hopefully build that little stable up into a little empire.
Yep, too right. No, good on you, mate. Look forward to see what's coming out this week from you and the Phantom, and might even buy myself something nice instead of spending it on other people, mate, for a change.
As you should.
Which means I might buy a horse.
Yeah, since they just stole all your pizza, mate, you might as well go and buy yourself something nicer.
I know.
Not bad.
Oh, well, there's 3 of them. There was only 8 pizzas left over, mate, so fair enough. They should take them all. All right, mate, we'll catch up next week, eh?
Great to see you again, Rocky.
You too, mate, and that's of course Jig from Jig Racing. Jump on the app and then jump on the website and start winning a bit of cash. See you next week.